In Matthew chapter 11, verses 16 to 19, we read that Jesus is saying, "But to what will I liken this generation? It is like young children sitting down in the marketplaces who utter sounds towards different people, saying, 'We played on the pipe to you, and you did not dance. We sang dirges, and you did not lament. For John came neither eating nor drinking, and they say, He has a devil. The Son of Man,'" referring to Jesus himself, "came eating and drinking, and they say, Look, a man who is an eater and wine drinker, friend of tax collectors and sinners. And wisdom was made righteous from her works." So Jesus continues and he says, "But to what will I liken this generation? What will I cause the show to be similar to the human beings belonging to this race, descent or kind of living beings who reject the Christ, even though I am presently accomplishing redemption and salvation?" That's what Jesus was doing at this time. It is like young children, similar to little boys and girls, adults being addressed by one who is more knowledgeable or mature, and that would be an affectionate term, but in this context, Jesus clarifies which young children he is referring to. He says this generation is like young children who do what? Who are sitting down in marketplaces. And a marketplace, of course, is a public place where they could have courts or forums, etc. So it's like children sitting down in marketplaces who utter forth sounds to different people, speaking sounds, using their voices, calling or saying to others, "We played on the pipe to you, and you did not dance. We blew an instrument such as a pipe or a flute, and you did not react in the appropriate manner, which is to dance, to lift up your hands and legs, joining with us in our celebrations. We sang dirges, and you did not lament. We sang solemn songs because of people having died, and you did not beat your chest and or cut yourself to demonstrate your extreme grief, joining with us in our distress." So they accused others of not responding to their actions in a manner that they expected, in that they would have greatly appreciated, of not dancing to my tune, or of not changing your way to line up with my way. Jesus continues and he says, "For John came not," and this is referring to John the Baptizer or the Baptist. Jesus said, "For John came neither eating nor drinking, all the available foods available for other people, and they say he has a devil, a demon. The Son of Man," referring to Jesus himself, "came eating and drinking all that is available to eat and drink with other people, and they say, Look, behold, pay attention, a man who is an eater or a glutton, and a wine drinker, a drunkard, a friend or someone who loves with a brotherly or friendly kind of love towards the tax collectors or publicans, those whose job it was to collect taxes, and people generally disliked them, and sinners, people who missed the mark of God's word." And Jesus ends this discourse by saying, "And wisdom, the skillful or expert application of personal knowledge, what to do concerning a specific situation or circumstance, and wisdom was made righteous from her works, was caused to be just or justified away from her works or her deeds, the effects being produced with or by the actions expending energy." In other words, that which wisdom produces, either her children or her works, is what verifies whether this wisdom is righteous or justified or not from God's viewpoint. Therefore, people can determine whether what John and Jesus were saying and doing, which was from God's point of view and doing what God wanted each one of them to do, was wise and right, or whether what this generation was saying and doing was wise and right. However, the result will prove that true wisdom is to behave in the correct manner according to God's word, which was how John and Jesus were behaving themselves, and they were demonstrating it during the everyday living of their lives.